Thank you so much, Helen, and to all of you as well. I'm so glad that you're watching because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn a way to no longer have freezer burn, to save your money, to save your food, and it's thanks to two powerhouse companies that have gotten together. Debbie Meyer, you know her for the Genius Vac Bags, and Reynolds, who creates the HandiVac. They have gotten together and created the Debbie Meyer Reynolds HandiVac food sealer. You're getting 20 bags, so 10 quarts, 10 gallons. You get the HandiVac with the 6 AA batteries included. You get everything so that you no longer have to worry about how fresh is that food that you put in your freezer. It's a big customer pick on HSN.com, and Debbie Meyer herself is here to take us through it. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. Here it is. This wonderful unit that is, look at the size of that. It fits perfectly in my hand. I have a small hand. With a touch of one button, you are going to create a real vacuum. I'm going to start out by showing you exactly how powerful this is. Some people think, oh, maybe because it's battery operated, it may not be powerful. This is a real tool in your kitchen. Now watch this. Come on in here real close because I want you to see this. On my bags, you have a zip-style seal at the top, so you just close that with your fingers, and that's the valve. It's flat. You don't have to stick anything in. You don't have to do anything. There is the pump. It's flat as well. It's circle to circle. Now watch this. I'm going to show you how powerful this sealer is. It's going to start pulling the air out, and we are going to start crushing a can. Little old Debbie Myers crushing a can with one finger. How's that?
Strong.
I am just so strong. Actually, this is so strong. I could keep going, but that would be silly. Because now you see how much power. That is pulling a real vacuum in there. Run a real vacuum means the air is gone. But you also have control. So here are some beautiful fresh strawberries. I'm going to make sure the top is sealed. Circle to circle. Simple as that. Now watch this. I can vacuum seal these strawberries to put them in the freezer. 1, 2, 3. Done.
Done.
Done. I have vacuum sealed strawberries. You see how there's no air in there at all. But when I'm ready to eat those strawberries, maybe I want to pull a couple out from the freezer. Watch. Whoop. I can now take out what I want. I can actually close this and reseal it if I wish. And I can put that back in the freezer and still enjoy what's left. There I have control. I didn't squish a single one of those fresh strawberries. And now there's a reason that people buy things vacuum packed, or why you find in the grocery store things vacuum packed. It's because no air can get in there. Things like coffee have volatile oils in them, and if air gets to them, it spoils. They go rancid very quickly. Now there's coffee. Once you open this up, you have soft coffee, right?
That's right, yes.
So after I open this, I simply put it into my bag like this. There's the valve. I'm going to turn that back into this. Watch. With one finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll give it 5. 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Watch this.
That's right.
Back to the way you bought it. Now I can open it and reseal it as many times as I want. So whether it's coffee that's ground or coffee beans, I'm going to show you the beans right here. Watch the beans. 1, 2, 3 beans. If you like to grind your own beans, now you've got fresh beans every single time. I've got so many things to show you here, including, well, we'll do a little more veggie. Here's some fresh corn.
Okay.
That I'd like to enjoy in the wintertime. And watch it. Here it comes.
That's a good idea.
1, 2, 3, done. There's my vacuum. You can see it's vacuum sealed. There is no air in there. You know, you've seen all kinds of other little gadgets and contraptions, including boxes, where you push on them and it says that's a vacuum seal. It is not a vacuum seal because it hasn't removed the air. A puff of air is not a vacuum seal. When you do this, you're getting a vacuum seal. Now this is, I didn't
Debbie,
make sure
I needed this weekend because I bought salmon and I didn't cook it right away.
This is exactly what you needed. You can portion control. In my house, sometimes my husband wants fish and sometimes I want a piece of steak instead. You can portion control. Buy that great big piece of fish and cut it up yourself. Make your own portions.
Okay.
Look at this steak here. Now that's a whole tray of steak, and I'm going to show you one of these in the freezer that wasn't protected with my bags and using it with my vacuum sealer. But this is what I can do. I can have 2 steaks in a bag. I can have 3. I can have 1, whatever I like. But watch this. I now have dinner for 1 or 2. That's vacuum sealed steak. So let's just take a quick trip into the freezer, and I'm going to come back and show you lots of other ways to use this.
Okay.
But this is what it really means to you if you want to save real money. I don't know about you, but I think almost everybody has found permafrost in their refrigerator. Now that's freezer burn is not just the frost you see on the top. Freezer burn means that all the moisture has been pulled to the surface of the food and frozen, crystallized. That means that the meat itself has gone dry and leathery inside.
I didn't know that.
That's why just, washing off the frost will not change it. That has ruined, at a molecular level, that has ruined your food. However, these steaks that were simply taken out of this tray and frozen in my Genius Vac bag. Look at that. Look at the color of those steaks.
Yes.
They're the same age.
Okay.
And here's a single one. We took, so you can portion control if you like. Look at the difference.
Yes.
And honestly, if you wanted to serve one steak, you're going to need a chisel and a hammer to get it out of this kind of container.
That's right.
Now, sometimes when you buy things, they have freezer burn before you start. Have you ever found one of these bags of chicken? Look at all the frost in there. I bought it this way. That means that chicken is already frost burned.
So it's not supposed to be like that.
No.
Oh, so we've been wasting our money.
You sure have. You should not find frost in the bag. The difference is buy this and have terrible, and people think you're a terrible cook because now you're serving them disgusting flavored chicken, or you can buy a tray of chicken breasts, seal them in my Genius Vac bag, and look at those. Those are perfect and ready for dinner. Now, I could break this up in the smaller bags, in the quart-size bags, and have maybe 1 or 2 breasts per bag. But that's how I get ready. And this is what I love to do. Look at this. Because when we want to entertain,
yes.
I keep a cheese tray frozen, sealed. When people come over, open this, take that out in a few minutes, cheese defrosts.
Right.
So I'm already ready for people to come over at any time.
And you have not spent a lot of money buying the pre-cut cheese and buying all of that.
I am not going to pay somebody to cut a block of cheese for me. It's as simple as that. But if I want the block of cheese, I take it out of the original packaging, and all I do is this. Oh, well, wait a minute. I want to make sure I do the right thing. Always make sure the top seal is closed, right, with your fingers.
Okay.
Circle to circle. Notice I'm not trying to insert anything. I'm not pumping anything. I'm not wiggling things back and forth. All I'm doing is starting the vacuum. Watch this. Look. You know that I am about the science of keeping your food fresh. With my billion-sold Debbie Meyer green bags and my actually 600 million of my Debbie Meyer green boxes.
Oh my goodness.
400,000 of these have been sold right here at HSN.
That's right.
It's a customer pick for a reason. People get to save money and make life easy. When you buy this, you can turn it into this. There's 1. There's 2.
And it's just a couple of seconds.
Look at that. 1 finger. And because it's cordless, you can take it anywhere.
That's right.
When you open that package, honestly, what do you do? How do you keep it fresh? You can't keep it fresh in what they give you because it turns slimy. That's right. Because there's air in there, right? Now the air actually, see how fast it went? Boom. Watch, we'll do one on this one as well.
Okay.
1, watch closely. It's done.
That was
there
quick.
It is. It's sealed. Bacon. You've opened packages of bacon. You tried to roll it up. You tried to wrap it in foil. You tried to do all those things. None of those things are keeping it fresh. This one's got a lot of air in the bag, so it's going to take a moment. But 1, 2, 3, there it goes.
You can see it.
Done. It's vacuum sealed.
A lot of you are opening up your bacon right now, and you're saying, oh, I wish I had that right this second.
Boom.
Remember, you're getting the HandiVac. You're getting 20 bags, and they are resealable. So if you want to take a strawberry out, eat it, and then reseal the bag, you can do that. 10 quart size and 10 gallon size.
You know what I like to do? I like to measure these out. I actually mix berries, measure it out, throw these in the freezer. I have a smoothie waiting for me.
That's a great idea,
Actually,
Debbie.
I can actually put in a scoop of yogurt as well, freeze it all together, then dump it straight into the blender in the morning. Saves all the time in the world.
Oh
Your kids can make their own smoothies.
Oh, that's so great.
And you can stock them up. You can have a lot of them in there. Have a look at this. It can be baked goods. Look, I'm not squishing that flat. If I want to freeze this because I have bought too many, or I had company and I bought some, I still had some left over. I can now freeze this. But when I'm ready to take one out of the freezer, boom, I can open it, help myself to what I want, reclose it, and vac it.
This is going to be your easiest and quickest and most affordable vacuum sealer unit that you've ever seen. And it's the only one you can take with you.
That's right, because you don't have to recharge it. You don't need to find electricity. You know, I like to keep these in the refrigerator, but I don't like the fact that they turn slimy. So I do this, and even if I'm going out to a picnic ground, I can throw that in my cooler. If you're the mom or dad who has to bring the snacks or the citrus,
soccer game.
yes, you can seal them up like this, and you don't have them juicing all over the place. I always buy extra pizza because we like to freeze it.
Okay.
And now my family can have themselves a slice of pizza whenever they want, pull it out of the freezer, and it's ready to go.
Yes.
Whether we go hiking, we go camping, whatever it is, I actually seal up as many things as possible, particularly, the hair, particularly things that get hard and stale.
Yes.
Now, brown sugar, I love brown sugar. I'll eat it with a spoon. And I love it. And look how soft and mushy that is. Well, if you leave it like that in a bag or in a box, you will actually end up with a rock, but it'll be the wrong kind of rock.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to turn it into a rock, but the right kind of rock, because we're going to remove the air. Let me show you. This is really cool. That brown sugar is now going to be, watch this. It's now going to be hard. But I want to bake. Watch. All I do is boom,
open it right on up.
And it's soft again.
That's exactly how it should be. Have you noticed how many bags that Debbie has sealed in seconds? 3, 4 seconds.
Tamara, do you like 100-calorie snacks?
Oh, I do.
Another thing I'm not going to pay somebody else to do for me. On the back of the packages, it tells you how many of something is 100 calories.
Okay.
I make my own and seal them up. You take them with in the cupboard ready.
That's right, and it costs less, so you're saving money all the way around.
You're saving money constantly. Every time you do this, you save money. Nuts, I keep my nuts in the freezer because then the oils in the nuts don't go rancid.
Nice.
Do you know what? You have kids?
Oh, gosh.
All right, everybody loves these little snacks, right? Do you want to store that or that?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the difference.
So much more space.
You create a filing cabinet in your cupboards because these just stand next to each other in the cupboard. Yeah. And you've created an easy way for you to find things and an easy way for you to save money because they're not going to go stale.
They're not. You can see what you've got left, and so because you can see it.
This is real. Like I said before, you know me for science, the science of keeping your food fresh. I'm now fresh in the freezer, but there are other ways to use this as well. One of these lives in my suitcase because we're always traveling around. I have grandchildren too. Okay, I'm always going to take these with me, right? Diapers, you know that. Okay, there's that big pile of diapers. That's the same pile of diapers.
Oh, that's so great.
And all you do is suck the air out. This is so simple. And because you can throw this in the stroller, you can throw this in the suitcase, wherever, you can take it with you. If you go camping, if you go, look, you remember they're charging you for everything you take on an airplane?
Yes.
Okay, all of this for the kids' clothes is this, right there. Same amount of clothing.
That is amazing.
So you can... You know, people tell you, vacuum. Ask the hotel for a vacuum. Excuse me, I have yet to find a hotel that has a vacuum that'll work on a bag. Throw this in your bag. Take this. These are my socks, my gym socks. Once I've worn them, I can put them in the bag, seal them up, and they don't get stinky next to everything else.
Oh, that's so good.
You know, gym bags, everything.
So whether it's your baked goods, whether it's your cookies, your bread.
We like to do cookie swaps, especially at holidays. This is what I do. I seal them up like this once I've made them. Well, I can actually ship that because the cookies aren't moving.
In an envelope, not in a big box.
In a padded envelope.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's food. Let's move on to something that isn't food for a couple of moments.
Okay.
Okay, if you've ever had a broken purple crayon in the bottom of your purse, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is how I travel around with my grandkids.
Oh,
that's their crayons, and I can reseal them. We live in hurricane country. We always want to keep our batteries dry. if you go camping and they tell you, okay, you know, well, you should keep your stuff dry, like your matches and your batteries and all that, wonderful. But once you open the bag, excuse me, how are you going to keep them dry again? Yeah. If you have to have a big old sealer with you, it needs electricity, you're going to start up a generator so you can seal something? I don't think so. All you're going to do is take this with one finger, you're going to reseal the bag instantly. Done. Yeah. It's sealed. The TSA absolutely loves me because when I go through the line, my toiletries are sealed.
Yes.
They love this. Look, nothing's leaking.
Nothing's leaking.
The baby's things I take with just like this. I know where everything is all the time.
That is.
When we go hiking.
Yes.
Who's going to carry this? Is that going in your backpack?
No.
So we make our own little trail mix kits, and we seal them so that they stay fresh and they take up less room in backpacks. That's right. People enjoy them. They actually bring the bags back, and I refill them for them.
And you can
back to the campsite.
You can do
that because you're getting this.
Look at what you're getting. You're getting 20 bags. You're getting 10 gallons and 10 quarts. So you can use these everywhere in every room in the home.
And I want to
and the HandiVac with the batteries. You're getting all of that
out of the box, ready to use. And I want to remind you that if you already own a HandiVac, my bags are the bags that work with your HandiVac.
Okay.
So this is the original HandiVac. Those are my Genius Vac bags that work with it. Let's come on back down the table because we've still got things we didn't even show you yet.
And I want to just draw your attention. We do have a clock up on the screen. A couple hundred of you have already picked these up. I know you're looking at this, and I know you want this. It's free shipping, so that makes it so much better. And it's just under $30. You're going to save more. The very first time you use it, you're going to save more than $30. The very first time you don't have to throw steaks away, cereal away, pasta.
Pasta. I mean, again, here I am. I'm sealing up pasta. I'm not breaking the pasta because I have control, right? But I've pulled a real vacuum there. And again, you want that or this in your closet. Look how much room I just got back. Now, I want to make sure that you understand the biggest money savings for this product is with the big protein.
Yes.
When you're doing steak, when you're doing fish or chicken or lunch meat or hot dogs or cheese, you are actually going to save a lot of money by buying in bulk. If I buy 2 steaks in the grocery store, but I buy 4 steaks in the big box, I've literally gotten 2 for free. You know, the price difference is amazing. So all you do, and frankly, I'm not asking you to do a lot of work. I am not about asking you to do more work. I don't want to create new problems. I only want to solve the ones I already have. Right? So here I go. I sealed it up. I put in 2 steaks. Now, when we get ready for dinner, and I can do this. I put my finger between them. It keeps them slightly separated in the bag, so I can actually take one out when it's frozen and not both, so they're not stuck together.
Nice idea.
Again, go ahead and portion out cheese that you buy in bulk. Take that out. Maybe that's how much you need for the week. Whether it's sliced cheese, or it's brick cheese, or it's your baked goods, or fish, or here's some peppers. And I know I always have so many of these around because everyone loves to snack on them as well. So I like to throw these in the freezer also. But I will not throw them in the freezer unless they are in my Genius Vac bag and they've been vacuum sealed. Again, I want to explain the difference to you. A real vacuum means there's no air. Pushing on something to get a puff of air out is not a vacuum. That is, I don't know what it is, but it's not a vacuum. This is the real science, pulling air out. You see how it doesn't move in there? That means there's no air. There's nothing in there for it to move around in.
Okay.
I want to show you one more time, if I may.
Okay.
Power.
And if you missed this in the very beginning, please watch your screen.
This is power. You want to know if this is a real tool or it's a gadget? This is a real tool. 6 AA batteries, 1 button, a simple valve, a round valve on my bags, a zip seal. This, circle to circle. How much more do you have to remember? Nothing. Push the button. Now watch. Here comes the air, and there goes the can.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
In 10 seconds, I crushed a can with 1 finger, but I'm going to open this up again so you can watch this. Those are fresh strawberries. With 1 finger, I can have the control. Even though I had that power, I have this control to seal up strawberries without crushing them and that goes in the freezer, so when I pull them out, they're still what I wanted.
That's right. You would have fresh strawberries, fresh fruit, fresher meats.
Absolutely, because let's do this little thing again here where I'm going to show you freezer burn. Let's slid down the side. Okay. Freezer burn steak. Let me, I don't know of anyone who hasn't said, that's what's in my freezer.
Right.
I really do. This is what you find. Freezer burn is not just the frost layer. It is the change of that meat because all the moisture has been drawn to the surface. Just like when you're outside and it's cold and you don't have on gloves and suddenly your hands are so dry. All the moisture gets sucked out. Cold air is dry air. It sucks moisture. It brings it to the surface. It freezes it. It changes the inside of that meat. You do not have to have that. You can have beautiful steak, just like this, that is not freezer burn. That is the steak you purchased. When you defrost this, it is exactly tasting the way you thought it would when you bought it. That is going to save you money because you're not going to throw away a $15 tray of steaks.
Right.
When you buy chicken and it's already got frost in it, why are you buying chicken that has frost in it? The trick is buy the fresh food. Instead of buying this frozen stuff, buy fresh. Because you can now seal it up just the way it is. It's sealed industrially. This is the same method as industry. All the other gadgets and gizmos for vacuum sealing are not the industrial style. This is industrial seal. There is no air in this. That's why this chicken looks like this, and that chicken looks like that.
And look at even the color difference.
That's because it's lost all its moisture and nutrition.
It's lost its moisture, nutrition. It's lost its flavor. Nobody wants to eat that.
And you've
that's
lost
why the kids
your money.
complain. And you've lost your money.
You've lost your money, your time, your effort, and all of those things.
And we think we're doing the right things by buying frozen food, but as Debbie is always about fresher is always better, keep it fresher.
Keep it fresh, and then just keep it fresh.
Yes.
You know, you're going to buy it fresh, keep it fresh. Okay, lunch meat again, I'm going to show you this. You simply transfer it. I call original packaging transportation devices.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. My green bags, of which I've sold 1 billion bags now.
Yes.
There's a reason all of my freshness items are such big sellers, because they work. This goes so fast you have to watch. Watch me vacuum seal that. 1, 2, done.
Look.
It's vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
That lunch meat is vacuum sealed. There's no air in there. Your bacon. You want your bacon to be fresh as the day you bought it. Bacon is a hard thing to keep fresh because of all the fat. So you want to seal that up. Hot dogs. You open that package. I don't care what kind of zip seal it is. If there's air in the packaging, if there's air in the container, you are wasting your time.
That's right.
Because air is what is going to help that food go, right.
That's right.
Look at my hot dogs.
Yes.
It looks like the way I purchased them. That's the idea. And look how simple this is. You know what? Hand this to your kids and let them, you tell them, go seal that up.
And they're going to know how to do it easily. We're down to our last minute, and I just want you to look at everything that Debbie has sealed. Look at all the money that you've already saved.
And I mean major, major money.
Yes.
When we're talking about fruits and vegetables, and we're talking about all the dried goods that you would ordinarily lose. See, I'll open this up again.
Because
I got some airbag.
A box this big, or a bag that big, we might only buy once a year.
That's right.
But then we throw it away if we don't seal it properly.
The one time you want to go get that brown sugar and it's all stale and hard as a rock, you want it hard as a rock because there's no air in it, but you want it fresh and soft the day you decide to use it.
That's what we want.
So whether it's baked goods, you can do rice, beans, all these 100-calorie packs, take them with you. If you do lunch, go ahead and keep that old pizza, but don't keep it in the cardboard box.
Yeah,
vacuum seal it.
Like cardboard, it will.
Exactly.
Keep the freshness, keep the flavor.
Whole bag of flour.
That's right. Save, whether it's freezer burn that you're trying to guard against, or maybe it's portion control, whatever the case, you're getting everything that you need. Debbie Meyer Reynolds, the HandiVac food sealer. You're getting the food sealer right here. You're getting the HandiVac, and you're getting the bags.
20 bags.
20 bags. 10 quarts, 10 gallons.
Resealable.
That's right.
And so easy. It's the easiest way to save money I know of.
You've got to go for it. The batteries are even included. So right out of the box, it's ready to go. It's 217-331. Debbie's back at 5, but this is the only scheduled presentation of this. So if you want it, join the hundreds of people this morning who've already picked it up. We're going to check in with Helen for a quick spot.